Hello everyone. Welcome to Crafting Life with Michelle Pepper. That's me. It's Wednesday, 31st of July. And I, as always, on Wednesdays each week at 1:30 New Zealand time, that's when I come on live on Facebook to demonstrate a couple of projects using a particular stamp set that is current and in our Stampin' Up catalogue, which is the current one at the moment, the annual catalogue. So that runs from May 2024 to April 2025. And today we are going to be playing with this stamp set. Hope you can see it. It's a bit glary, sorry. It's the Country Flowers, and it has stamps and also comes with a coordinating dies, which are the Country Flowers dies. So let's turn you over. Oh, that was quick. I think I found the trick on how to do this. So if you previously watched me before, you've seen that it takes a while sometimes to flip over, but it seems to be working this way, and that is, I actually have to pre-do it before I come on. If I do it without going live, I flip it over. And that takes a long time, and then the second time, which is now that I'm doing it, it seems to go faster, like immediately. So that's awesome. So we've got the trying to stop that glare, but okay, that's the ring light. Country Flowers. So we've got this lovely stamp set. It is actually bring it up, part of a bigger suite. So the Country Woods Suite collection, which is on page 48 and 49, is actually, well, actually you have to turn the page over to 50, and you'll see the 2 stamp sets and 2 dies as well, that are part of this suite collection, which also include not just 1 set of paper, but 2 sets of paper. We're actually going to be using one of these as well today, and also a embossing folder and some what do we call the pearls, basic grey and smoky slate pearls. So we've got those, and the ribbon as well. So it's a mega suite, as you can see, if you buy everything, which is the 2 stamp sets, 2 dies, number 3, the pearls, the embossing folder, the ribbons, the 2 sets of paper. That is $321.75 New Zealand dollars. And if you actually place an order today, 31st of July, it's the last day where you can earn bonus coupons, which you can redeem in August. So every $110 that you spend, you get $11 coupon. So yeah, if you have anything to order this week, now is the time. Today is your last day to earn those bonus coupon. You can order tomorrow, just that you don't get to earn the $11 coupons anyway. Okay, so this also has a coordinating die, as I showed you before. So these are the dies that come with it. They all coordinate with the images here, except these and these flowers. These are like extras. Often they do that with our dies here. That's extra as well. By extra, I mean it's not actually coordinating any images on the stamp set. Whereas you can tell, like this teapot obviously coordinates with that, that stool coordinates with that, and these coordinate with the these ones here, right? So coordinates like that, so it cuts out that. So yeah, so but we do have some extra ones. Okay, so I'll put that aside. And today we're actually going to use, you know what, I actually realized that I often use a lot of other ink pad, but often I don't use the black ink pad, the black color, which is really a basic necessity when you're crafting and making cards. So yeah, we will use that today. Excuse me, sniffing away in your ear. What am I doing? Okay, so if you are new, so I'm always hoping that there are new people watching, so shout out and thank you to those who are always coming and crafting with me and watching me. I really appreciate you. But hello, Patricia. Now that's a new name. I haven't seen you here before, so thank you very much for coming on today, and welcome, welcome. So if you are new, I just wanted to let you know that I have incentive for those who live in New Zealand anyway. So when you place an order with me this week, like from today, Wednesday, through to Tuesday next week, you also get what I'm about to demonstrate here, 2 projects. So you'll get 4 card kits, 2 of each, and you get that sent to you for free. So that's just my little thank you to you for placing an order with me. So without further ado, this is our first card using that stamp set. So really nice and simple, and so the kit will come like this. So things that you need are pre-cut. Now as you can see, it's quite basic in this one, but you've got all the things pre-cut, and I just can't stamp for you, so that's just according to Stampin' Up policy. So you will need to have the stamp set to complete this card. Otherwise, also I encourage you to use your creativity and find a stamp set in your stash that perhaps can, you can replicate this design, this picture. Otherwise, you can replace it. I mean, it doesn't have to be a pot with flowers. It can be, I don't know, a star. It can be a guitar. It can be whatever you have in your stash. So just look in your stash and have a look, and try and use the things that I've given you here, so that minimal preparation for you. All you have to do is stamp. Okay. So the kit also comes with your with our Stampin' Up envelope, which I love. It's a little bit of a quality thing. It's just beautiful, as opposed to a generic envelope that you can get cheaply from the dollar shop, but there is a difference in quality. Okay, so yeah, so I'll be giving that to you as well. So what do we need here? We've got a base, which is basic black, all right, and then you have 3 pieces of 3x4. So they are 3x4 or 3 inch by 4 inch. I know in New Zealand we use metric generally, but sometimes in crafting I use inches and metric, depending on how I feel and depending on what's best in terms of measuring. Like I'd rather say 3 inches than, I don't know, what's 3 inches in centimeters. Let's have a look, because our trusty trimmer will tell me quickly. So 3 inches is like 7.6 centimeter. So rather than say 7.6 centimeter, I'd rather say 3 inches. So hence you will see that sometimes I work both. I use inches or I use centimeters, so metric. Alright, so we've got 3 pieces because one is going to be in the front, one's going to be for the inside for you to write, and then one is going to be for you to stamp out all those images. Alright, so we're going to, and you'll have a strip as well for the sentiment, and then a strip in Night of Navy for the bottom part here. Okay, now you notice that I've given it to you, it's slightly longer, because if you wanted to do it landscape wise, you are most welcome to do it. You've got a piece long enough to do it. You probably actually have to trim a little bit off still. Otherwise you put it on here and you just trim it. Trim it? That's a new word. So yeah, anyway, I'm going to do that right now. Okay. And in fact, I'm going to put glue on here so that I can just layer this on. Alright, I think it'd be good to do it on a flat surface. Yeah, so hopefully you will also learn and pick up some tricks and tips. Oh, I am stumbling over my words today. My apologies. Okay, so we've got that. Now bring in my trusty paper snips. Right there. Alright, and just going to trim that off. You can use a trimmer, of course, but, you know, just a bit lazy. So I'm just going to do that. So that's the base here. and then we can do some stamping now, shall we? I'll put that aside, chuck that one out because I don't need that. Where is my rubbish bin? I emptied it out and I didn't bring it back. It's on the bench, kitchen bench. Do you have a kitchen bench that is like a clutter space? It's so hard not to clutter it up. Like I've just done a big clean out last week, and so we're trying very, very hard to keep it clean and you know, uncluttered. So, and here I am. I just put my rubbish bin, my rubbish little pot. I left it on the kitchen bench. So I'm just doing these dots. You know, I am going to do something different, right? Because, and this is just to encourage you to do different things, right? So here I've done 4 corners, but here I am going to try and line it up. It's probably not going to be very straight, but that's okay. I'm not much of a perfectionist nowadays. I used to be. Oh, look. My ink pad is obviously not very even. So you can see some that are darker than others, but that's cool. If you don't like that, you know, if you stamped it and you don't like it because it's not uniform, turn it over, 2 sides to each paper, and you can just do it on the other side. But I'm gonna leave it as it is because it's handmade. It's, you can tell it will be a hallmark that this is a handmade card, not a store-bought card. Alright, and what else do I need? Okay, I need to stamp the words as well. Sending love. Gonna see how well I do with my stamping today. I'm just... Okay, here we go. Alright, there's a little bit of a... I could try. Actually, you know what? I'm going to try. I'm going to put my head down so you might see the top of my head. Not too bad, except it's that's not very good. Let me tell you what, I'm just going to stamp that off. Yeah, oh gosh, look at that. You know, I didn't clean my thing, did I? I did. That's quite wet still. Okay, so that's good. Right, I'm just going to clean that part. Let's demonstrate well, should I? Oh my goodness. Let's have a look. Okay. Let's try number 2. Take 2. There you go. I can stamp. It's actually not that straight, but hey. Okay, if I can do it, you can do it, right? Okay, so we've got sending love. Okay, gotta laugh at yourself, right? Okay, well, we've got now this piece. Now we need, what do we need? We need the metal pot. It looks like a metal pot to me. Why is it missing? Oh my goodness. Oh no, here it is. So we need that. And then we need the flowers, which are these ones. And hopefully I have left enough room. Oh, let's have a look. I might not have left enough room. I might need another piece of paper. But I thought I did. Okay. Here we go. So we've got that. Okay, that's nice and clean image. Oops. That's, how do we get ink on that? And then it's good. Wearing jeans, I can just rub it on my jeans. I'm not wearing white. And then I'm going to do that here. So I'm going to try and leave enough room. Okay. Probably should stamp, because it's photopolymer, should probably stamp it on this, what do you call this? Foam mat. It might get me a better image. Alright, so I'm just stamping it. Right, that's good enough for me. And then I have enough room here, hopefully, to die cut the flower. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is actually I would say rather than color it all, you know, like spending time and coloring it all and then run it through to the, what did I do with my snap set? Golly gosh, hey, that is so weird. Oh, there you are. So rather than spending time coloring in and then going to cut these out, because what happens is you might cut out and it moves, you know, like if it jumps and it moves, and then you get a bad cut, and then you're like, oh, I really don't want to use it. But you've spent all that time coloring, you know, so I recommend that you, after you stamp, cut it out first, and then color it in. So what I'm going to do now is, oh, yeah, actually I should just do it. I should just do it here. I should just show you how to cut this out. In case you haven't seen that before, in case there are new people that are watching for the first time, that are new to crafting, so I just want to go through this bit so you see how we actually do these things. Of course we can hand cut it if you don't have the dies and you're confident with hand cutting, then by all means do that. But otherwise we bring in what we call our cut and emboss machine. So that's what the ones that we sell at Stampin' Up we call it Stamp Cut and Emboss Machine, SCEM. I just call it the Big Boss because it's the big one. We have a mini one as well. So you kind of line it up, and then now my plate is really old, as you can see. And this is also a bit bendy. I don't know if you can see. So I just, because I know my cutting plate and my machine, I know I'm just going to have to hold it tight, okay? Hold it down firmly so it doesn't move and jump. But yeah, just go through it. So there's a handle here, you know, that I'm just winding. And it goes through, and then we have here, hello Laura. Oh my goodness, it's been a long time. I think it's the Laura from Colombia. Okay, here we go. I think of you. I'm pretty sure that's you. Oh my gosh, there's so many names, you know, sometimes. But yeah, I could be getting you confused with someone else. Anyway, I've got here, so this is nicely cut. Loving it. So it's all cut out really well. So you can go through and cut out all the pieces, right? So, but I have actually pre-done it so that I don't have to spend too much time troubling myself with cutting things. So let me just pick out one of these jars that I have pre-cut, and also the leaves. That is also out of the same die set, so I'm going to put that there. So I need all these things. Now I need to color them, okay? I'm going to protect my little surface here, although it's glass, so I can actually just wipe it out. And then what happened to my card? Let's put that up there. Here, so this is the card we are making, for those who are watching and didn't catch the beginning. So that's the card. So I'm just going to redo that. Now, colors that I've picked out for these. Okay, we've got, making sure, Night of Navy, and then we have Granny Apple Green. I think I just used I used both, light and dark. And we also have Pumpkin Pie and Melon Mumbo, both the dark and the light. And we also have the Smoky Slate. So these colors here I got from, there's a crowd called Stamping Fancy Friday, and they are a group of current and previous artisans, Stampin' Up artisan, a design team. And so this month, for July, they've been sharing all their favorite color combos. And so yeah, if you haven't seen it, look them up and have a look at all the different color combos that you can use. And so I just, you know, looked through them and picked one out, and this is what I picked. That's, I can't remember who it was because there's so many of them. But yeah, so that's how I've picked out the colors to color these. Okay, so what shall we do? We can do the plain pot first, shall I? I don't think I pre-colored things, so okay, you're going to have to go through this. Okay, I am going to do a bit of, so I'm going to do the dark one first. Right. The stamping blends are, I'm just going to leave that and that one, I think. Okay. I think I'm just going to kind of, yeah, I'm just randomly, okay. It's probably not what you do, but this is what I do. And there it is. You know, there's no right or wrong really. Of course you can, you know, spend more time upskilling yourself, not upscaling yourself, and so that you can, you know, get better at coloring. But if you feel like you're a beginner, don't worry, just get going, just get started. Okay, it's the product itself is also very helpful. I find that stamping blends actually, these are alcohol markers, they're actually quite forgiving. I say they. I know, because it's plural to me, but sometimes I get corrected by my husband saying it's not they, it's an it. And I'm like, I don't know. Okay, so doesn't look fantastic there, but this is where you get to use the stump and you really color it in, so you kind of blend it out. That's why it's called stamping blend. Okay, it kind of blends it out, so it's making it look a bit more, you can tell I'm not an expert, but you know, I'm just making it look kind of real. That's what you get like in a metal pot type thing, you know, like, yeah, rustic. So yeah, we've got that. So that's our pot, and then the leaf. So I'm just going to do a little bit of dark, kind of just like so, and I'm going to do a little bit at a time, so like what you saw me doing before. So kind of just blends it out. Okay, and if that's too stark, yeah, I think I'm alright with that. Actually, I'm going to use the other side. I'm going to use the brush end. I think that's what happens. Sometimes they're not exactly the same. Can you see? Yeah. I forget where my camera is. I feel like one side seems darker than the other. So even though they are the same, they're of the same vial. Okay, but yeah, anyway, so it's just experimenting and seeing what each one is like, and testing it out first, perhaps on your scratch paper before you color it on. But so far I think we're good. Let me see. What do you think? I think we're good. So we've just got different shades. Let's kind of color it a bit more. It's a bit darker there, which I can make you know, maybe a little bit, just kind of to make it a bit more even. Alright, blend it all away. Isn't it magical? I love stamping greens. It makes colouring not a scary thing. Okay, rubbing it all. So far I'm just using the light. So yeah, I might be making my light go further. Alright, so lots of different shades, okay? So there you go. What do you think? This looks cute, eh? Okay, we've got that. And now the final one, which is a flower. Okay, I'm just gonna just do some dark. Okay, and then I'll use the light one. And the same thing, I'm just going to blend it in. So it's actually quite similar, so you can't really tell that much. That's all cool. So we've got that. And then I think we have the pumpkin pie. Yeah, kind of did two orangey, apricot-y kind of roses with the other one. So actually I probably should have tried a different color combo to show you. Oh well, it is what it is. And then we have Night of Navy for the little tiny blooms. I like little blue flowers. Could have left it white, I guess, or yellow, or pink. No. What flowers have you got growing in your garden right now? Seeing how we're looking at flowers. Where are you and what season are you in? In New Zealand, we are currently experiencing winter. We are in the middle of winter. So we have, actually my tulips have bloomed. Tulips are meant to bloom in New Zealand apparently, according to Google. In New Zealand it's supposed to bloom in late August. But I currently have 5 tulips in bloom. That's all I planted actually. And they're blooming. So, no, I don't. Yeah, I wanted the green. So, let's do the green for the leaves. Oh, what colour is that? Oh, I picked up the dark. Oh well. I didn't check and I picked up the dark. Dark it is. Okay. So. And I'm sorry, I can't craft and check the messages at the same time, your comments. So if you're commenting and I'm not responding, I apologize for now. I will go through the comments later, and when the camera has stopped rolling. I just not set up to do both, you know. So anyway, but here we go. We've got a nicely colored in the image. So I'm gonna put these all aside. Okay, and then we're going to build this. All right, so we've got that. Just gonna put that down here, and I want this kind of like on the edges here, and I want it something like that. Yeah, how's that? that looks alright. Okay, that one can come down a bit. So I need glue. And what did I do with my glue? Right here. So I've used the liquid green glue. Oh, hello, Murray Beth. Hi, my dear. How are you? It's been a long time since I've seen you too. Well, you're on the other side of the world. Okay, so I'm just going to do about here. And then that is also flat on. I think I've left it flat. Did I leave it flat? I did. Okay, just going to glue that on. Okay, I'm just dotting glue. These green glue, liquid glue, is very, very useful, very good. But I have noticed that people take a while. It takes a long time for people to trust it, I think. What did I do there? How come I have a different look there? I don't know what I've done there. Anyway, I'm just going to do it here like that. Okay. Even that's cute, right? Without the flower. But here I'm just going to put that flower on top now. Like about there. But I'm going to use dimension on that. So this is how you also create interest in your card, by having not just flat, you know, like you raise some pictures, some images, so that there is height and depth to them, and it just creates interest. Alright, so I probably, oh well, that'll do. Maybe put one more there. So I've got the mini ones here. Some people don't like using the minis. I don't have a problem with it. I love using the minis, and I feel like the minis you get more for your money as well. Well, you get the standard one, you get 300 dimensionals, hexagons, which they're bigger than this, but I always halve mine anyway, so I get 600 pieces out of it. Whereas the minis, there's no need to halve it, and there's 720 of them. Same price. So yeah, so I often find that it's easier. It's cool just using. It's better value for money to buy the minis. And then lastly, we are. What did I do with my sentiment? Was it this one? I think it was that one. Okay, and then I'm just going to put that up here. I'm going to raise that as well. Okay, and so this is all going to be in your card kit that I will send to you for free, 2 of this kit when you place an order with me. But this is only limited to New Zealand residents, because I can't sell to people outside of New Zealand. So that's again Stampin' Up policy, which is meant to safeguard. It's to protect us Stampin' Up demonstrators. Okay, so alright, and then I will just finish off with a couple of what do you call these? Butterflies. Aren't they cute? Oh, what did it do? What did it do? Where did it go? There. And then a tiny one there. Oops. Oh, what are you doing? I want it a bit closer. Alright, so we've got that, and then that will go right in the center of this. Now you can raise it up. Actually, I might do that. This one I didn't. I've kept it flat. Now this is now the edges. So I'm going to take the whole piece, shall I? Just do it down there. Didn't do it straight, but that's okay. Don't need to. And just do it there as well. Maybe one more in the middle, just to keep things a bit. So actually there's more than 720, right? Because you've got the edges to use as well. So, and that will just about conclude our first card. first card that I'm demonstrating for today. Obviously, if you Google the stamp set and the bundle, country flowers, you'll see lots of ideas as well. And on Pinterest, there's always lots of ideas. So you never have to fear, you know, not knowing what to do with the supplies that you buy, because there's always ideas that people are sharing. So there you go. So that's our card number 1. Okay, sending love. So the inside of the card, obviously, if you didn't want to write a lot, there's So Lucky to Know You, with heartfelt sympathy, best friend forever, no, best friend ever. So yeah, so there's some options in there if you didn't want to write. Okay, so yeah, so card number 1. Okay, you'll get 2 card kits to make 2 cards. And I wanted to show you, that's right, you can obviously turn it around and do it like horizontally, landscape wise, and that's the other version that I've come up with. So this one is slightly, I've used designer series paper for my background, and then matted it with basic white. So that's nice and simple again. That's just a nice green plant on a teapot, and you can color your teapot any color, but I have a white teapot, so I've left mine white. So but yeah, so there you go. So that's another option, right? You can either do it vertical, or you can do it what do you call it, landscape, depending on what images you're using, okay, and what works best. And also, oh yeah, no, that's cool. So that's what I wanted to show you. So let's get on to card number 2. Right, card number 2 is this. Right, here we go. I hope you like that. I really think this is quite stunning. I've brought in some different colors again. These colors are actually colors that I was wearing. I had been wearing, so, you know, very, yeah. So I thought, oh, I can name the colors that I'm wearing with Stampin' Up colors. So this is Misty Moonlight, Wild Wheat, Lost Lagoon, and then Blackberry Bliss, and then we have the green Old Olive, I believe it is. And so I've left that simple, and I brought in a bit of metallic, right, for this as well. So now these paper is part of the Sweet collection, and it's called the Country Wood paper. Okay, so there's like all these paper in here. I won't show it to you because you can see it in the catalogue, or on our website if you need it to. But I picked out the 3 lightest one, which are these. Okay, so your kit will you'll probably get one of this and one in this design. Okay, so that's what your kit will look like. You will have that already cut out for you. I can do that because that's not stamp images. So you'll get this in your card kit, and then you'll have the happy birthday also cut out already, because again it's not stamped. These came out of where did I put it? I thought I had it handy. I do have it handy. These are called Wanted to Say dies. So they're really cool dies. So you have the actual words, the happy birthday. So it's 1 die, but it cuts out in 2. And then you have the outline, which cuts that one out. So that cuts that one out. And the same for celebrate, and then you have a bunch of images that you can cut out as well. So really useful die to have, especially if you make a lot of happy birthday cards, right? But hey, if you don't have that, if you get this kit, if you purchase something from me this week, you'll be getting this kit as well. So you'll get, you know, that all cut out for you, your envelope, and then you've got your card base, which is basic white. All right, and then we have a piece of the Country Wood Designer Series paper. That's the other side of it. Okay, but for our purpose, for this card, you'll need the lighter side because we're actually going to stamp on it. All right, so let me now bring in the stamp set. Right, so obviously this stamp set, this stamp, probably designed for you to put it over the pot, you know, like or the teapot or the pot. Let's have a look. So it's probably designed for you to do it like that, but you can also, and I'm just showing you a different way, just to use it on its own on the on these DSP. All right, so let's stamp these. Okay, I'm a bit messy here now. Let me just tidy up a bit the space a bit so we can concentrate on what we're doing. Close this off now. Okay, so all we need for this one is that, and the color, we're going with black again. And just kind of random, like, you know, I'm just putting them like so. Stamp straight onto the DSP. Oops, I just got myself ink. So you just want to be careful when you're stamping. You don't want to get inky and then you transfer it accidentally onto your surface on your paper. So here I am just moving my stamp around so that I get different parts of the stamp on my card. So I might want to do that now. Whoa. Okay. Okay, so we've just got that. There's a little gap there. Do I want to fill it in? Maybe. Okay, I could do that. Just fill that in. And maybe fill that one up here as well, if I wanted to. Yeah, okay, so I've done one corner, and then I'm going to do the other corner as well. Okay. Here we go. So what have we got here? There. And maybe something like that. And maybe something like that. Okay, so I've just got them like that. So I'm happy with that. And there's a little gap here. This is where you get a little bit, you know, don't overthink it, really. I'm just going to do it that way. Okay, that's cool. Happy with that. Let's just not play with it too much. So you can now decide if you want to leave it as it is. Alright, just really plain. Okay. Now these paper, these Happy Birthday was cut out of the this set of paper, which is oxidized copper, and so in there you get 2 sheets of 12 by 12, and you get that one which is all copper, and you get this one which is a bit of blue with a copper. So seeing how I'm giving you 2 kits, I'll give you one with the blue and one without the blue. Okay, so then you can mix and match, you can decide where you want to put it. So yeah, you can leave it as it is, plain black and white, without coloring it in, but if you wanted to, then let's color it in, right? I'm going to show you how to color it in. Alright, so actually you already know how to color it in because I already showed you before. This time around, like these colors are Blackberry Bliss, Lost Lagoon, we have Misty Moonlight, and then we have Wild Wheat, and then we have Old Olive. Alright, so very simply, you want to take your time so that you're actually looking at what you're coloring, right? So don't think that that should be blue because that's actually part of the leaf, right? So yeah, so coloring in there, so hopefully you can see. It's I'm using the stamping blends very easily, like I'm not blending like I did with the leaves that you saw me doing before. Yeah, so here I'm just coloring it straight on. So if you wanted to take more time coloring and blending, you are obviously most welcome to do that. So Okay, so that's what we'll be doing. We're just going to color it in like that. And then, you know, with each flower, you're just going to color it. Now, I have cheated. I pre-do a little bit of it, okay, so that I don't take up too much time. So I just really need to color this bit down. Wait, I just need to color that part. So you don't have to watch me color everything. Okay, let's see, what have I got here? I've got the blue, and so I'm making that color blue. There we go. Okay, and I feel like it is a slightly different shade in color with this one, so hence why I've done that. I've done one using the brush end and one in the heavy end, and the I don't know what you call it. So there's the brush end, and that's the pen. That's the pen nib. Okay, I would like to say that. But yeah, so here we go. I'm just keeping this. I don't know, what colors would you color this in? Obviously, if you don't have the colors that I'm using, just use what you have, right? Just make sure you like the colors that you are coloring with, right? So I'm just going to do that with the middle bit. I'm just going to use a bit of green. I don't know, because I can. What have I got here? Okay, that is a card. That one is a leaf. I must have left one to show you. Okay, and then we have Blackberry Bliss. Now, actually, Blackberry Bliss, let me show you. So that color is lighter than that, but it's actually the same color. It's the same nib, but for some reason, I think it was this one. Yeah, this one is lighter. See, I'm going to show you here. Let me show you here. This is lighter than that. Where are they? There you go. If you didn't know that, now you do. So anyway, so here I've used the darker side, and here I've used the light. So in fact, for Blackberry Bliss, we get 2 in 1. So cute. I don't know if it's the same for the other colors. Maybe it is. But it's just so much more pronounced with this one, that I was like, oh wow, look at that. So it does actually make a difference which side you use, apparently. Okay, so we've got that and all these little flowers. I've got a lot of Blackberry Bliss to colour. Right. Well, I thought about pre-doing everything, but then it wouldn't be live crafting with Michelle, then would it? So hence I have tried to speed up a little bit by colouring some of it, and then now I've left the rest to do it live with you. Yeah, so are you crafting along, or are you having lunch, or I don't know, what else could you be doing? Certainly not driving, I hope. There we go. Tidying up is maybe a good time. Cooking, maybe. You could be watching when you're cooking. Baking. Oh, I did baking last night. I go through stages. Sometimes I bake a lot and sometimes I don't, and I've actually not been baking that much. But yesterday I made some biscuits that we in New Zealand here we call it Afghan, chocolate Afghans, and when we call biscuits, I believe that's not what Americans call biscuit. I think our biscuits is what Americans call cookie. So it's good. It's important to define things. So yeah, so basically it's chocolate biscuit, and in the chocolate dough you actually also add in cornflakes, and then it's mainly butter and flour and sugar, no eggs, and so there's a bit of a disagreement in my household. I like my chocolate Afghans crunchy, but my husband Craig prefers it softer, and so yeah, it's always interesting. I suppose I could cook half of it crunchy and half of it, not crunchy, but anyway, so. And it's an interesting term because I believe Afghans are also Afghan squares, where, like knitting or crocheting, I think it was. It is. What am I doing? Oh, let's see. It's a bit hard talking, chatting, and colouring. And I would love to actually do live with you guys in person. And some of you do. Oh, look at that. We do have that. I do have a live class once a month on a Friday, and so those who live local to me get to come. Right, so yeah, there we go. We finished colouring that. So again, you can turn it around and do it this way. Okay, so actually, why don't I just glue this on now? That's all the colouring you need to do. It's stamping and colouring and liquid glue again, of course. So I'm just going to be very careful with not overdoing it, but honestly this glue is so good. But yeah, as I said before, I think it's a long process for people to trust it, because I have noticed that it takes a long time for people to believe me that you do not need a lot of this glue. You just need a little bit. Right, so take that out of the way and just kind of put that on. So cool, don't you think? Here you go. So there's a bit of sparkle, a bit of metallic that I've brought into this project. Oh, that's right. I wanted to show you, if you have the stuff, if you have the products to do this embossing, wet embossing, that's another way we can jazz this up. So let me just finish doing this, and I'll show you what I mean. How you can add extra interest. Yes, Suzanne, I know. I keep forgetting adhesive sheets. And like I'm just not in the planning mode, like I go to do this and then I go, I should have done this with adhesive sheet. You're right, adhesive sheet would be so much easier. Then you just pull it and don't have to worry about the glue. But then you'd always have to remember to have them on hand too. So yeah, so you can do happy birthday like this, or you can do happy birthday like that. Or you can do happy birthday like that. Right, so just depending on how you want it. I think I might leave it like that. I don't know. Got any preference, guys, Lennox? Oh, okay, that's right. I wanted to show you extra bit, which is to do some embossing here. Let me just throw this out the way. We're going to do a bit of more metallic, bringing in more metallic. So look at my pad. This is the Versamark. So this is a watermark stamp pad. So it's invisible ink, really. So I'm just going to kind of swipe. Right, I'm just going to show it do. I might have overdone it now. Let's have a look. Bring in the copper. Okay. I don't know, what did I do? Here we go. So where I have put some ink, oh, maybe I didn't do it there. Okay, so flip that over. Alright, let's just see what these are like. So this is extra step that you can add interest to your card. Let's have a look. I don't think... Whew. Oh my goodness. I think I've... No. Okay, let's have a look. Kind of melt it. Right, so it's very subtle, you know, you can't really tell that much actually with this one. But yeah, I'm going to do a little bit on this side as well. It's probably because it's not very juicy. And if I put too much, I can always try and brush it off. Okay. Alright. This time, let's start. Okay, so there you go. I've just kind of added a bit more of a metallic into this piece. So yeah, so that's what you can do. If you have these handy, if not, you are welcome to place an order for those. You'll need Versamark pad, you'll need a heat tool, and then you need the powder. So we have them in sets of 3. So currently we have what is it? We have, gosh, it's a little bit messy now. We have them in a set of basics color, which is black, white, and clear. Oh, look, somehow I got ink on this, but luckily that is going to go straight on there to cover it up. And then we've got this happy birthday right about here. Yeah, that will do. Yeah, so... or you can get also in set of the metallics, which is gold, silver, and copper. Right. So we've got that. Glue. Gonna glue these on. Alright. Now because my paper was heated through, so it warped a little bit. So I'm just being very careful to glue it all down. Okay. But here we go. So we've got something like that, and then that's going to go on there with my dimensionals, not with the glue. Run out of this one. I'm going to get a new pack of dimensional. Where's my new pack of dimensional? I had one ready to go. And I don't know where it is, but here you go. You get last, so you get some new ones. Great. Whoop. Okay, 1, 2, 3. That's good. 1, 2. Looks like 3, and looks like maybe you need another one. 4. Okay. And voila, we have our 2 cards for this week. So hopefully you picked up some ideas on what to do with the stamp set, or if you have other floral stamps already in your stash, and you want to breathe in some new life into them, so you can do something like that. So here we are. We have card number 2. Hello, Michelle. I don't know how long you've been there. I'm so bad. I can't check comments all the time. I mean, I don't know how to do it at the same time as crafting. So, so that was card number 1, and that's card number 2. So you'll get these kits this week if you place an order with me, right through to next Tuesday. All right, and so also, actually, if you are going to order something this week, I would suggest to order it today, because it's the 31st of July and it's still within the period of bonus coupons. So these bonus deals. So today's your last day, basically. If you place an order, every $110 that you place, you earn an $11 coupon, bonus coupon, which you can redeem in August. So yeah, so I would suggest buying them today instead of tomorrow, or but otherwise I welcome your orders anytime. Anyway, I thank you very much for joining and watching today, and I will be back next Wednesday. Gosh, it's August already, next week. And so we will be playing with a different stamp set, same time and same deal, you know, 2 card designs. And yeah, I will see you next week. Have a wonderful week, and remember to spread joy 1 card at a time. Okay, bye.